And you give me the finger. It's my favorite. I love that one. That's a class. I'll never stop telling that joke ever. Have you seen a doctor for the TOS or a PT?
I don't have insurance, so the only person I see is my chiropractor.
Oh, so this will begin our fucking conversation about the Western medical system, which is fucking top notch and stellar. Having problems with your shoulder mainly?
It's my elbow.
Elbow, okay.
Yeah.
And then tell me a bit about that.
So the MRI showed that I have a bunch of small tears everywhere all through my elbow, but nothing big enough to warrant surgery.
When they say it's a tear, is it muscle?
No, it's tendon.
Tendon, okay. So it's where muscle attaches to bone. And then ligament?
Yeah.
As well?
She didn't specify, honestly. I think it was just tendons, but when I'm in pain, I rub here.
Okay.
And it starts to help.
Yeah.
The pain radiates between the back of my arm here, the underside here, and the top here, so it's pretty well thoroughly screwed on all sides.
All right.
I can't even lift my coffee comfortably in the morning. I still can't do I can't use the wheelbarrow. I can shovel, but as soon as I start doing any repetitive activity, it starts to hurt pretty badly.
And how long has that been going on?
Since May.
Okay.
So I first injured myself carrying gravel buckets. I extended my arm too far and I felt something. I wouldn't call it a pop, but something happened and it hasn't stopped hurting.
Did it feel like slack all of a sudden, like the joint kind of, or
Yeah, I knew something was wrong, but I was like, oh, I probably just pulled a muscle.
The ongoing issue, like when you feel it, it's mainly in the elbow, so it's not in the shoulder.
No. I do have previous injuries. I've torn my rotator cuff 3 times. I didn't have surgery anytime I rehabbed it. The last time, it took me 2 years to regain my range of motion. And
then all the discomfort you feel is in the elbow. And then does it go above or below?
Yeah, it won't go too far up. I'll get about midway up here. It'll start to get sore right about back here. Okay. And then I have thoracic outlet or output syndrome. Yeah. And so my hands swell and don't recover regardless. Okay. So I have lots of loss of feeling.
How long has the TOS been going on?
Probably my whole life without being diagnosed. Okay. But more recently in the last 2 years when I started doing manual labor. Because it'll get to the point where when I use my hands a lot, for using the grinder, because I do stonework, when I lay down at night, I'll lose feeling except for pain. Okay. And I'll wake up crying, basically, when it gets real bad. Yeah. And I don't take any narcotic medicine, so it's all anti-inflammatories and CBD. And
then what anti-inflammatories do you take?
I take Aleve and ibuprofen together.
Okay.
So my doctor has me take 2 of each of them.
All right. Yeah. No, it's fine. Just to find out. And then the TOS. Do you think it's related to what's going on with the elbow?
No, not the elbow, but it's related to me not healing properly because since it cuts off the circulation and I get a lot of swelling, I'm not able to heal the way I'm supposed to. So I've got a lot of hand problems as a result because my hands don't really get to heal when I'm in season. Yeah. And I spent 9 months in season last year. Yeah.
And then when you say in season, it's because you're doing landscape related work?
It's because back-to-back stonework. Yeah. When I'm in my stonework season.
So when you say stonework, I didn't know what that was. You mean you're doing setting a little wall, stone wall?
Yeah, I'm a mason, so I do retaining walls. I do walkways. Last season, I did 5 walkways in a row. Patios. Hardscaping, lots of tonnage.
And then, have you seen a doctor for the TOS or a PT?
I don't have insurance, so the only person I see is my chiropractor.
Oh, so this will begin our fucking conversation about the Western medical system, which is fucking top notch and stellar, right?
Yeah, I paid out of pocket for the MRI. Yeah. Which was not fun, but my chiropractor took one look at me and said, MRI right now, so. All right. Yeah. So she told me that I needed a lot of body work and physical therapy, so. Yeah.
So this is just my background, and then there's an extreme limitation to what I know. I got into what I do because I was in a car accident, and the doctors I was in horrible pain, I had a bad whiplash. I was 22 years old, and I said, help me, and they said, there's nothing we can do for you, it's all soft tissue.
Yeah.
And I said,
I've heard that before.
Okay, I need pain medication, and they're like, nope, you'll get addicted to it. And I'm like, what part of I just told you I'm in massive amounts of pain do you not understand? So basically, I knew that I was going to wind up being addicted to opiates. Like if I didn't do something, because I couldn't live. I was like, I'm 22. If I live to be 80, I can't do 60 years of this shit. Like it ain't gonna work out.
Yeah,
so
I have lots of experience with that.
the issue with the muscles and then like tendon, I'm glad that hopefully it sounds like tendon or muscle and not ligament, because ligament damage, ligaments aren't as vascular and they tend to connect bone to bone.
Yeah.
So
I don't think that it's that.
when you have muscles that get tight, this is generally what I see. Like muscle tissue is contractile. And I've seen people, and I'm not saying this is what you've got, but this is kind of what I see when I work on people sometimes. They'll have pain in their elbow, and they'll say they have like tendon issues, or they had an MRI, some sort of scan, they say there has little micro tears or whatever. But the deal is, it's almost like a rope. Like if you pull on this end, it affects this end.
Yeah.
So if they have muscle tension, let's say, if the muscle fibers on the upper half of the muscle shorten, it puts pressure down here. My job is to go in and apply stimulus and see if I can get some area of the muscle to like relax and release, and then like miracles, they're like, oh my God, my elbow feels better. It doesn't cause pain, in other words.
Oh, you're gonna have fun with my back.
Yeah, so the issue is like, it's all reasonable, you know, outcomes. Like I don't expect to do one session, everything just completely goes away. But the other thing is, you're almost like an athlete where you're using your body again and again, and I don't expect that to stop. But it also sounds like when you describe it to me that you're very aware of like your posture and how you're using your body. You're trying to rehabilitate yourself, but it's like, I mean, you're doing manual labor, you know, you might as well be an athlete.
I try to be.
Okay. And I'm being big and broad with that portion of my foot right there. Do you like when I shear up towards the elbow or down towards the wrist?
Down towards the wrist.
And we think right there? Now if I go from there, do you want like a little further up? Or a little further down?
Down.
Tell me when.
That's good.
Right there? Okay. Now with that, I'm just gonna like hang out, just kind of hold that spot for a bit. And then can you open your hand out slowly? Okay. And can you attempt to? There you go. Now what happens if you close it into a fist? And you try to curl your fist up towards your elbow. And you give me the finger. It's my favorite. I love that one. That's a class. I'll never stop telling that joke ever.
Yeah, I can't.
Okay. And then how does it feel like in the hand itself?
It feels tighter towards the bottom three.
Okay. Is that too much?
That's alright. It's just different.
No, you do sweat a little bit. Yeah, that doesn't bother me at all, by the way.
I find that it doesn't bother most people as long as you give them the heads up. I try to do that to avoid that. Ew, why are your hands up?
Through the hand right there, or if I add that, how's that? Okay, not too much on any joint or anything?
No.
Okay.
Not so.
So yeah, it's like you got an art form and like, nobody can get it to fit within their normal conceptual parameters. And I was thinking about this recently, like when you get business, how do you get business? Are people finding you online, or is it referrals?
So 90% of my business is word of mouth.
Yeah.
And the rest of it, they find me on Facebook, Instagram, or there's the second article in Austin Publication that's about to come out.
How's the hand feel? Tingles? No?
It's starting to feel a little tingly towards like the first digits.
On the ring finger? I mean, not the ring finger, the pointer. Yeah. So in business, you have to create a structure that other businesses and other people make money because of your business. And part of my business was like using the fucking cameras and equipment to go direct to consumer so nobody could control what I was teaching. And going to direct to consumer means even if I can help the individual massage therapist, now I'm doing this crazy mat shit with some suspension they don't understand. So local businesses have generally not supported what I'm doing because it's like, fuck, we can't control him and we can't make him stop. And I'm like, why would you not want me to help people? And they're like, fuck you. Like, it's like, but we could do this differently. And they're like, yes, but we want to own it and we want to control you. And I'm like, no. How about no? I'm gonna slowly give you some blood back in your hand there. Yeah, it turned totally pink compared to what it was. So being able to, you know, have a certain degree of like reciprocity, I think it's caused problems where it's actually cut off some connections because like the yoga community can't figure out if it's fucking yoga and the massage community can't figure out if it's fucking massage, and the clients keep coming in and going, dude, this shit is fucking amazing. Why aren't people doing this? And I'm like, ugh. What do you think? More towards the elbow? More towards the wrist? Okay. And then if I go is just a little further up, a little further down. Down. What do you think about right there? Okay. And then from there, can you move the hand at all? There you go. Now you get a little more control. And then what happens? You curl into a fist and you pull it up towards your elbow. There we go. Yeah, I thought I felt something, but I wasn't sure. And then open it out. There you go. And then if any of that feels good, almost like you were doing yoga, like you stretch, if doing some of that feels good, feel free to, but you don't have to. So I've been thinking about that reciprocity thing because some of my social skills are like lacking. Like it's just, I think it's painfully obvious to people that I just don't give a fuck. And it like comes across in my teaching and attitude, and I'm like, let's get the job done. And they're like, but you're not, fuck, you're not like blowing smoke up people's ass about status and class and fucking bullshit. And they're like, but that's really important to us. And I'm like, when your value system is more like Burning Man, how do you get them to like want it? You know what I mean? Because it's almost like, it's like the selling and marketing of goods. Like, what is the emotional reasons people buy? The psychological need they're feeling by taking your class or, you know, whatever. Because a lot of it is like, you basically got to get them to want to be different. It's like, I always think of Apple products that way, because especially when Apple started, it was very like us against the machine, you know, against Windows. Right there. Feel better? I promise. I promise no joints were specifically cavitated. Yeah, it's still tender right there. A little bit. Okay, how's this right here?